Picture this, you're out on a lovely picnic, and instead of birds chirping in the trees, there are snakes slithering through the sky. Doesn't that just add an extra bit of charm to your day? A whimsical thought, isn't it? But what if it was more than just a thought? What if our slithery, ground-dwelling friends decided to sprout wings and take to the skies? Well, hold on to your picnic baskets because that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Now, I understand that snakes aren't everyone's cup of tea. In fact, some of you may already be squirming in your seats at the mere mention of these slithering creatures. But let's put our fears aside for a moment and imagine a world where snakes have evolved wings. Imagine stepping outside your front door and looking up to see a colorful python gliding gracefully through the air, or a venomous cobra soaring high above the rooftops, its hood flared out like a majestic albeit terrifying pair of wings. It's a sight that would certainly make your morning walk to the mailbox a bit more interesting, to say the least. But what would this mean for us, the humble human inhabitants of this snake-infested world? Well, for starters, we'd probably have to rethink a lot of our outdoor activities. Baseball games might become a bit more hazardous, what with the possibility of a rattlesnake dropping in unannounced. And those lazy days lounging by the pool? Well, let's just say you might want to keep a close eye on the sky. Of course, this is all purely hypothetical. There's no need to start fashioning snake-catching nets or investing in anti-venom just yet. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? How different our lives would be if snakes could fly. So, next time you're out enjoying a sunny day, don't forget to pack your snake-repellent sunscreen and your anti-venom umbrella. You never know when a flying snake might drop in for a visit. Now, let's take a quick detour down Evolution Lane. Imagine if snakes had taken a left turn at Albuquerque and sprouted wings instead of slithering on their bellies. Oh, the wonderful world of evolution. It's like a chaotic game of bingo where the prize is survival. In the case of snakes, they hit the evolutionary jackpot in the form of slithering. But let's entertain the idea, what if snakes, instead of getting the memo to slither, receive the blueprint for wings? Picture this. It's a bright, sunny day, and you're out for a picnic. Suddenly, a shadow passes overhead. You look up expecting to see a bird, only to find a winged serpent soaring through the sky. Talk about an unexpected twist in the picnic plot. Now, snakes developing wings might sound far-fetched, but evolution has pulled off stranger stunts. Why, just look at the platypus. It's like nature's Frankenstein, a mishmash of a duck, beaver, and otter. So a winged snake, that's a walk in the park for evolution. But how would this happen, you ask? Well, snakes could potentially grow wings through a process called convergent evolution. It's the same process that gave bats, birds, and bugs their wings. It's like a nature's version of a 3-for-2 sale. Different species, same feature. And what would these winged wonders look like? Would they have feathery wings like a bird? Or maybe something more bat-like? Or perhaps they'd go for the dragonfly aesthetic with translucent wings. The possibilities are endless and quite frankly a little terrifying. But let's not forget the benefits. Snakes with wings could mean fewer rodents as these slithering aviators take their rodent hunt to the skies. Plus, they might give pigeons a run for their money in the cityscape. However, one thing is certain. If snakes decided to sprout wings, we might have to update our version of snakes on a plane to snakes on a plane and in the sky. Birds might have to watch out for more than just cats if snakes took to the skies. Imagine your friendly neighborhood pigeon having to dodge venomous snakes. Now, I'm not talking about your average game of aerial dodgeball. This is high stakes, folks. We're talking about a world where snakes have sprouted wings and are zipping around like they own the place. In this winged snake world, our ecosystem would likely take a bit of a twist. Picture this. You're a rabbit, enjoying a nice, quiet lunch in your burrow. Suddenly there's a hissing noise from above. You look up, and bam, it's a snake, swooping in for a surprise visit. And by visit, I mean lunch. But hey, on the bright side, your friendly neighborhood hawk might have a new competitor. So, every cloud has a silver lining, or in this case, a scaly one. Now you may be wondering, what about our feathered friends? Well, the bird kingdom would have to step up their game, wouldn't they? No more leisurely flights for them. It's boot camp time. Early morning drills, obstacle courses, evasive maneuvers, the works. The skies would become a battleground with each side armed with their respective weapons, beaks and talons against fangs and venom. It's almost like a superhero movie, isn't it? Only, in this case, the superheroes are our everyday animals, and their kryptonite is a horde of flying venomous reptiles. And let's not forget the insects. Imagine a butterfly fluttering around minding its own business when out of nowhere a snake swoops down like a stealth bomber. Talk about a mood killer. But hey, It's not all doom and gloom. Maybe we humans would adapt too. We might start installing snake feeders in our backyards right next to the birdhouses. Picture it. Honey, have you filled up the snake feeder? Who knows? It might become the latest trend in home decor, so if snakes had wings, bird feeders might become a bit more dangerous. Maybe we'd need snake feeders instead. Just imagine, honey, have you filled up the snake feeder? Now, if you're starting to feel a bit uneasy about the idea of flying snakes, don't worry. We have some top tips on how to cope with our potential new airborne friends. First off, let's talk fashion. You've heard of sun hats, rain hats, even party hats. But have you ever considered the potential life-saving benefits of a snake-proof hat? Picture this, a stylish fedora, but with a twist. It's lined with a lightweight snake-repellent material. Trust me, this could be the next big thing in the world of haute couture. You'll be turning heads and deflecting snakes in no time. And let's not forget about accessories. If you thought your umbrella was just for rainy days, think again. It's time to upgrade to the anti-snake umbrella. This isn't your average brolly. No, this is a state-of-the-art snake-deterring masterpiece. It's got a built-in snake radar and automatic deployment at the first sign of a slithery intruder. Plus, it comes in a range of stylish designs. Who said practicality can't be fashionable? Of course, if you're more of a homebody, don't fret. We've got you covered too. Consider investing in some snake-proof window screens. Not only will they keep out pesky mosquitoes, but they'll also deter any curious flying snakes. It's a win-win. But perhaps the most important tip of all, keep your cool. Remember, snakes are more scared of you than you are of them. So, if you happen to encounter a flying snake, resist the urge to scream and run. Instead, calmly reach for your snake-proof hat or anti-snake umbrella, and carry on with your day. And hey, if all else fails, just remember, snakes can't open doors. So worst case scenario, you can always retreat indoors and wait for the all clear. Remember, if snakes start flying, don't panic. Just invest in a good snake-proof hat and you'll be fine. Well, that's been a wild ride. Who knew a world with flying snakes could be so interesting? We started this journey with a slithery surprise, contemplating the hilarious yet slightly terrifying thought of our serpentine friends taking to the skies. It's one thing to have a snake slithering up your leg, but a snake dive-bombing from the treetops? That's a whole new level of nope. Then we ventured into the evolution of snakes, diving into the science behind our scaly friends. We discovered that evolution has a sense of humor, bestowing upon some snakes the ability to glide, but thankfully, the full-fledged wings we were imagining remain in the realm of fantasy. We then let our imaginations soar with the idea of snakes in the sky. Imagine the shock of looking up and seeing a snake flapping its way across the horizon. Birds might have to step up their game, and us humans, we'd have to get used to ducking and dodging these airborne reptiles. And let's not forget the coping strategies we discussed for a world filled with flying snakes. From snake-proof umbrellas to skyward glances becoming second nature, we had a good laugh imagining how we'd adapt to this new reality. But at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. The chances of seeing a winged serpent in your backyard are about as slim as finding a unicorn grazing on your lawn. And that's a relief because the last thing we need is to add aerial snake dodging to our list of daily activities. So next time you see a snake, just be grateful it's not swooping down from the sky. Thanks for joining us on this flight of fancy. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky and your feet on the ground.